Are you already taking Ozempic or using Ozempic for weight loss or even for diabetes? You're probably not being told the full story. Ozempic's explosive popularity hides some serious new warnings about muscle loss, vision risk, even life-threatening gut side effects. You probably haven't heard those. In the next 10 minutes, you will discover exactly what your doctor may not mention and how you can protect your health if you're already taking or using a GLP-1 drug. Ozempic is everywhere, but 12% of US adults have tried a GLP-1 drug like Ozempic in the last year. FDA warnings and ER visits are also surging. Weight loss comes at a cost. Up to 50% of weight loss on Ozempic may actually be on muscle, not fat. Lean tissue loss increases falls, fractures, and slows metabolism. So, our first point that we're going to talk about is the main side effect, which I'll call the digestive danger zone. This is gastroparesis, or slowing down of movement down the gut, what we can also refer to as stomach paralysis. It causes vomiting and eventually malnutrition. Hundreds of lawsuits are filed against Ozempic's maker for this reason. Another one is bowel obstruction, which is basically a blocked gut. Now, it's actually an FDA warning label on the drug. Up to 4 in 1,000 GLP users end up in the ER for GI distress or dehydration. Gastroparesis and obstruction risk are real. Seek prompt medical help if you have severe, persistent nausea, vomiting, or even trouble swallowing food if you are using Ozempic or any of the GLP-1s. So let's go to point number 2. Point number 2 is vision risks and new red flags, including blindness lawsuits that are rising. Recent research on Ozempic is linked to double risk of rare but irreversible eye damage, NAION, macular degeneration. Lawsuits claim patients weren't warned before sudden vision loss, and now they are in trouble. So what do? Request a complete exam, a complete eye exam with your eye doctor, especially if you have diabetes or any vision issues before going on Ozempic. Point number 3 is muscle loss. What no one tells you is going on in your body when you're losing weight. About 25 to 50% of the weight loss is often muscle mass. Have you seen somebody on Ozempic for some time and you can tell that not only are they losing weight, those people could also feel that they are losing muscle, which is strength. Muscle is vital for your metabolism and also your blood sugar control and keeping weight off eventually for good. But if Ozempic or the GLP-1s are also leading you to lose muscle mass, then the whole point, especially if you're diabetic, of using Ozempic becomes not the greatest, especially once you get off of it. So what do? You prioritize protein if you're on a GLP-1 or Ozempic. Aim for at least 75 to 120 grams daily of protein, depending on your body size. Using lean meats, eggs, fish, dairy, beans, legumes, soy, and seeds. Those are very great sources of protein if you are using a GLP-1 like Ozempic. Don't skip resistance exercises, because resistance exercises help you build and maintain muscle strength. So strength training 2 to 3 times per week and also walking after meals help preserve muscle while you are on Ozempic or any of the GLP-1s. Now let's move to point number 4. Who is at risk, or who is at the highest risk? So the population that is most affected are women and adults over 50 years. Physiologically, this group of people are losing muscle mass, and so additional loss from Ozempic or any of the GLP-1s would make it worse for them. And then also, People with a history of pancreatitis, vision problems, or severe GI disease might also be in trouble. If you have a history of all those diseases that I've mentioned, Ozempic may not be safe for you. Point number 5, legal and regulatory storm. We have more than 2,000 active lawsuits blame Ozempic for severe injuries, including what I alluded to, gastroparesis, vision loss, and wrongful death. The FDA is still updating safety labels. Long-term effects remain still uncertain. Now, reality check, though, is not for everyone. Ozempic is not for everyone. FDA and top experts now warn that don't use Ozempic for a quick fix weight loss if you are not diabetic. Real harms actually outweigh the hype. So you got to be careful if you're just going in there for just the weight benefits. Also, unapproved compounded Ozempic versions are circulating and carry even more risk. So on top of the side effects that we have alluded to, if you are taking it from a source that is not approved, that gives you an additional risk, because who knows how they have quantified the doses or how accurate those are. And you could be doing doses that are beyond what is clinically appropriate. All right, so let's hit some of the solutions for the problems we've enumerated. Go through a doctor-safe use protocol is what I would say. The first time you do it, get a baseline labs done. Baseline lab work. They have to check everything. And then also, you got to get your eye exam before you do it. And then, make sure you increase your protein intake and also do strength training. Strength and resistant training to continue to keep your muscles in shape and prevent more serious damage or loss. 1.2 to 1.6 grams per kilogram of protein per day would be good. And obviously 2 to 3 days per week of resistant training would also keep your muscles in shape and reduce the quick loss. The early symptom report is also very important. Report any persistent vomiting, blurred vision, or severe fatigue to your doctor immediately. The earlier they know about it, the better we can save the situation and prevent further damage. New symptoms should trigger a check-in with your healthcare team. See something that is obviously out of place, make sure you let them know. Never self-adjust your dose or combine with other weight loss drugs. This is very important. You can't just say that, oh, I was doing 0.25, but I'm not losing the weight quick enough, so I'm going to just change it to 0.5 without my doctor knowing. A recipe for disaster. So never self-adjust your dose. And then also, don't combine with other weight loss medications or drugs, whether prescribed or not, especially if you are not supervised. In my practice, I've seen only one patient that is on multiple weight loss prescriptions, including a GLP-1 and a phentermine, which it's not even the best, but this is for a whole different show. Self-assess. Make sure you are getting enough protein and you are not experiencing nausea or vision changes. And then ensure that you are not surprised with any signs, any sudden changes in your life in terms of side effects without letting your doctor or your prescriber know. So with that being said, next week we're going to be talking about the 3 warning signs that your insulin may be broken. Subscribe also for the full protocol and science-backed wellness that we share on this channel. My name is Dr. Oteng, and thanks for joining me for today's video. Share your comments, your questions, and any issues that come up with this drug. I know it's a popular drug, but let me know. I'm not here to discourage you from using. We just want to be obviously smart about using the GLP-1s so that we will not get hurt because everybody is using it or because we are using something that we hope would help us. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.